There's always such a hesitation in starting these recordings. I think every time now that I've gone to record something, I'm always holding up my recording device and I hold it there for several minutes. I just kind of stare at it. Talking to myself is hard. Out loud, anyway. It's freeing. There's also that implicit pressure of, you know, once you press the record button, then you gotta keep saying something, because if there's silence, then it's awkward. Because someone's listening. Which is an unfortunate limitation of this. Because when I do this by myself, I can be silent for as long as I want to. But like this, I'm kind of expecting someone to listen, which kind of defeats the purpose. I suppose I could, edit them out, but I want to preserve the integrity of my thoughts. I guess what I wanted to talk about is something that I've been kind of avoiding even really beginning a topic in my own thoughts is a realization that I had for myself. So this is probably going to be the first time that I actually try doing a question and response format for my thoughts, because this is kind of uncharted territory for me. What I'm going to say is probably me discovering things in real time after I start exploring the root of this realization. Maybe. Hopefully. I realized a while ago, not too long ago, that I don't really care about people as much as I thought I did. And that was a really scary realization to have. Because I thought of myself as a rather caring person. But when I really got down to it, I just found that I wasn't as interested in people as I thought. There isn't really this intrinsic urge to go and learn about a person. And this realization came from me having a frustration of, why don't people want to do that for me? But the thought in my head, the rebuttal was, well, you don't do it for anyone else. That's a hell of a blow. Especially to realize that voice was right. I don't do it for anyone else, really. I mean, I'll have my moments, sure, but I'm certainly not going above and beyond. And I'm not sure what to do, because while I want to do that for other people, if the urge isn't there to actually authentically do it, I'm just performing for a want in my head, but not actually doing it because I want it. It's not part of me, if that makes sense. So I don't know what I'm meant to do. I should try. Try what? Try talking to people. How? you know, how you normally talk to people. Get to know them. But I don't want to get to know them. Why? Because people aren't interested. No, that's wrong. People are interesting. Sometimes you make assumptions based on how they appear. You never assume that people could be interesting if you dig at them a little. Is it worth my time? I don't know. It could be. That's up to you to find out, to discover. Is making art worth anything? No. Not inherently. But I guess I do discover it. So people are the same. You find out that they're interesting. They aren't interesting on their own. No one is. That's the purpose of physical expression, is to create a bridge between zero assumption. It provides a basis for engaging a conversation. Oh, you like XYZ? Then do it. Talk to them about it. But it seems so shallow and material. And that's your problem. That's why it's hard for you. You're not material. You're very immaterial. I'm immaterial. In a material world. It's hard to bond over people. Bond with people. And they're so fixated on their things. I like ideas. Is that a thing? That seems like a good question for another time. Maybe it's important. Are ideas things? I don't know. I feel like there's something beyond the thing, like forces. Ideas are a force. You're immaterial. What are you going to do about that? If you want human connection, you need to be material. That's the problem. Need? That's a bold assumption. That's what I'm trying to prove. By being minimal. By stripping away my identity. That I might be able to make friends. Without really being here. You were never here. You have always played a facade. You played a mirror. You wore it. Danced around with it. But never looked to see yourself. You're immaterial. You're not interested in people, in things. You're interested in things that are beyond things. Like ideas, stories. Why aren't you interested in people's stories? I don't know. Then you're not interested in stories. Is that true? You're interested when it involves you. You want to feel meaningful. You want to feel like your suffering matters somehow. That's why it's so important that people know your story. That maybe it mattered. That the past isn't truly dead. That it resides somewhere. It's not just a fleeting moment, that it's actually something cherishable. Why aren't you interested in doing that the same for other people? Doing the same for other people? Maybe they have stories like you that need rescuing. I just don't find them interesting. Why? Because I haven't given them a meaning yet. And you can't give them meaning because I haven't talked to them. Talk to people. Learn their story. Give them meaning. Be assertive. Who cares? Your story doesn't need rescuing. How do I find value in other people's stories? That's not something I can just muster up, isn't it? How? No. You aren't afraid to talk to people. You're afraid of getting them to be vulnerable. You actually do like to get to know people. You're afraid of inconveniencing them. That's what it really is. You do like other people's stories. But you are so cautious about not stirring things up in the consciousness of another person that you'd rather leave it untouched. You're scared of that intimacy with a layman. How can I be interrogative and soft? I love nothing more than to have someone tell me themselves. By asking the right questions. There's your problem. You don't know what the right questions are. How do I ask someone about their story? Talk to them.